I think we were just really scared to start the process. Like we interviewed Jose, we had like 20 questions and like it was like a legit interview. And so because we just really wanted to make sure that the person that we got knew what they were talking about. And then we actually went into the meeting thinking like, we're just gonna ask these questions and then we're not even gonna do anything until a couple months later. But like after talking to Jose, like it was like, just do it, whatever. The worst thing that can happen is they can say no. And
yeah, and I think my big, because I remember that was one of the first times that I've been like interviewed in that type of style. So I just remember like, you know, making sure I answered all your questions, make sure you guys felt comfortable. But the biggest thing was that you guys, everything was up in the air. We didn't know, you guys didn't know if you guys would qualify, wouldn't, or whatever the case was. And that was my biggest point, is just the first thing is that application, because the worst case scenario, you're still where you're at that point, right?
Well, Elmer can start. How about?
Oh, you want me to start?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, my name is Elmer. I'm about 28 years old. Me and Gloria met in high school. We've actually, I think since like sophomore year. So we've been knowing each other for over 10 years. Yeah, easy over 10 years. So it's nice.
Yeah, so we've been married for 6 years, together for 8. I'm 29 and I work for a charter network in Denver as a support manager. Yeah, this is us. No kids yet. We hope to have kids soon.
You just started coaching a team though, right?
Yes, I did. I just became head coach for cheerleading. So
Oh yeah, I did see that. That's cool.
So I'm very excited for that. And like now that we have a place, like it's really nice because now I can say like, hey girls, come over, we'll have a sleepover, we can have practice here, or just anything like that. So hopefully we'll be introducing a little fur baby by the end of this year. So
oh man, that's exciting.
At least, yeah.
That's exciting. That's awesome. Okay, cool.
Get your Rottweiler?
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna be like, you know what? Oh, well.
I don't think it's a restriction. So
No.
No.
You guys are good here.
Okay, cool. Now, as far as goals into why you even wanted to buy, what was there like something that you guys were trying to fix at that point? Was it, what was the reason for you even wanting to buy a home in the first place?
I think everyone wants to own their own home. We were at my parents' for like 2, almost 3 years. When we moved back to Colorado a couple of years ago, we had an apartment and we paid like over $1,000 in like rent. And we decided like, let's just save this money and let's try to put it towards buying a home. And so we moved to my parents' house. We said tops a year, and then a year and a half later, we're still there. 2 years later, we're still there. And we're like, you know what? We just have to get out there and we need to purchase our home. We need to be on our own for sure.
Get the ball rolling.
Yeah, we were just getting a little irritated because there's no space there. You know, we had a bunch of stuff, and we just needed our own space.
Yeah.
We needed to focus on us and just
Although now,
do our
like,
own thing,
we're like,
so.
we don't really have anything.
Yeah.
What impact was that having on you guys? Having that type of space with, limited space, I guess. What impact was that having on you?
I mean, it was in a little bit of a rough part of Aurora, and it was like maybe 2 to 3 times a month where we would kind of hear some crazy stuff going on, and it was like, dang man, we gotta get out of here. Like a couple crashes happened there right next to our cars and stuff. We were so lucky that nothing happened to our cars, but yeah, every month was something. I'm like, yo, what's going on around here, So
what was the biggest lesson you learned from the process?
I think we realized like what actually matters, like what we really wanted, what we were really looking for. It took us a couple of houses to figure that out. So I think at the beginning it was like, we just want something. That's not true. We don't just want something, right? We have things that we really were looking for that really mattered. And so I think learning like even about ourselves, like what is important? Is this important or is that important? Do we need, 4 bedrooms or 3 bedrooms? And it sounds so simple, right? But it does matter.
No, and I think that's a great thing that a lot of people don't even bring up. Like, especially like when we have these type of interviews, is like that, and especially when it's 2 people doing it. Like when it's 1 person, you can kind of like figure it out, but you guys have to collaborate, make sure it works for both of you and what's important. Yeah,
and then just kind of to piggyback off what Gloria was saying is, like there was a couple houses where we were just like, oh man, like this isn't what we're looking for. But Steven actually was really positive on that. He was like, all right, hey you guys, well now we're kind of figuring out what you guys really are looking for. And he was just really feeding us positive energy. He was just like, hey, we still got this whole week, like don't worry, I'll make sure we get these listings in, just shoot me what you guys really want. Things like that. So Steven made it really nice.
Yeah, it was really nice.
So.
Yeah, that we could
where he got to know you guys and what's important to you guys.
Yeah.
awesome.
And it was nice that he's so flexible. And we were able to, you know, because his schedule is so crazy, so we were able to compromise and, you know, we were going to places at like 7 o'clock at night, which I don't know that many people would want to work that late, but yeah, no, it was really nice. So thank you.
Yeah, it was great.
That's awesome. Okay, cool.
Well, even at closing too, you know, we got the keys and I'm like, this is it.
Yeah.
This is it. We're here.
What's next?
What's next? Do we have to go to another meeting or no?
Yeah.
It was so fast. It was great. Yeah.